I still remember the night my life ended. Not the night I died. The night my own brother sold me out. It was raining heavily. The kind of rain that makes everything feel cold. Even your soul. I was running, bleeding, confused. Because just a few hours earlier, I was laughing with him. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories like this. My brother. The only person I trusted. We grew up with nothing. A small, broken house. A sick mother who could barely stand. And hunger that never really left. But through it all, I believed one thing. As long as I had my brother, I would be okay. He was strong, smart. The one who always said, "Don't worry, I'll fix everything." And I believed him. I believed every word. That day started like any other. I worked all morning doing odd jobs just to get food. When I came home, I saw him counting money. A lot of money. More than we had ever seen. I asked him where it came from. He just smiled and said, "Things are about to change for us." I didn't question it. That was my first mistake. That night, everything changed. I was asleep when I heard a loud crash. Before I could even react, the door was kicked open. Men rushed in. Rough, dangerous, strangers. They grabbed me. I struggled, shouted, called for help. "Mark, help me." But then I saw him, standing there, watching, silent. He didn't move. He didn't say a word. And in that moment, I understood. They dragged me out into the rain. I kept screaming his name. But deep down, I already knew the truth. My own brother had sold me. For money. They took me to an abandoned place far from the village. Tied me to a chair. One of the men leaned close and whispered, "You're not worth much. But your brother made a good deal." That sentence, it broke something inside me. Not my body, my soul. I thought that was the end. I thought I would die there. Alone. Betrayed. Forgotten. But life had other plans. What they didn't know was, I wasn't weak. And I wasn't ready to die. Years passed. Years of pain. Years of survival. Years of turning anger into power. I learned everything. How to fight. How to think. How to become someone no one could ever use again. And one day, I stopped being the victim. I became something else. When I finally returned, no one recognized me. Not the poor boy they once knew. I came back in a black car. Dressed in power. Surrounded by people who respected me. Feared me. And I had only one goal. To face the man who destroyed my life. My brother. I found him exactly where I left him. Same house. But everything else had changed. He looked older. Worn out. Desperate. Debt had eaten him alive. Men were shouting at him. Threatening him. And then, I stepped out of the car. He looked at me. Confused at first. Then his eyes widened. "David?" The way he said my name, it almost sounded like fear. I walked up to him slowly, every step heavy with years of pain. "You sold me for money," I said calmly. "Now, I own everything you owe." The men he feared, they worked for me now. For the first time, he looked small, powerless, exactly how I felt that night. I was ready to destroy him, to make him feel everything I felt. But then, something unexpected happened. A weak voice came from inside the house. Our mother. She stepped out slowly, shaking. "David, please, don't hurt your brother." Her voice was filled with pain. "He didn't do it to betray you." I froze. "What do you mean?" Tears filled her eyes. "They threatened to kill you that night. He made a deal to save your life." Everything went silent. My heart started racing. My mind couldn't process it. "You're lying," I said, but she shook her head. "He was trying to protect you." I turned to my brother, looking for the truth, looking for anything that made sense. But he couldn't even look at me. His head was down, his hands shaking. "So you didn't betray me?" I said slowly. There was a long pause. Then he spoke, quietly, almost like he didn't want me to hear it. "Not completely." That moment changed everything. Because now I knew there was more, something darker, something he wasn't telling me. I stepped closer, my voice colder than ever. Then tell me, what really happened that night? He finally looked up at me, fear in his eyes, guilt on his face, and a secret that could destroy everything. I stood there, staring at my brother, the same man I hated for years, the same man I came back to destroy, and now, he was telling me the betrayal wasn't complete. Not completely. Those words kept echoing in my head. Not completely? What does that even mean? I took another step closer to him. Slow, controlled. But inside me, everything was burning. Start talking, I said. My voice was calm, but patience was gone. He swallowed hard. His eyes kept shifting, like a man trapped between fear and guilt. You don't understand, he said quietly. Then make me understand. There was a long silence. Even the air felt heavy. Then finally, he spoke. That night, they didn't come for you because of money. My heart stopped. What are you talking about? He looked up at me, and for the first time, I saw something I had never seen before. Regret. They came because of who you are.
I'm nobody.
He shook his head slowly. No, you were never nobody. They said, you weren't just my brother. Everything went quiet. What does that mean? They said you were taken, as a child. They said you're real family. They're powerful. They've been looking for you for years. They weren't just kidnappers. They were sent to take you back. Take me back, or kill me? He didn't answer. They gave me a choice. Hand you over or watch you die. I chose to keep you alive. But that's not the whole truth, is it? I followed them. I saw what they did to you. And I left. You abandoned me. Silence. I was scared. You didn't just betray me. You chose yourself. I stepped back. Do you know what they turned me into? They're still watching you. They're not your enemies. They're your family. I thought I understood power. I was wrong. I started digging, and I found a name, a family that didn't exist in the open, and somehow, I was connected to them. I wasn't just taken. I was hidden. I got a message, a time, place. I knew it was them. The gates opened before I touched them. They had been watching me. Then I saw him, an older man, calm, powerful. David, he said, I've been waiting for you. Who are you? I'm your father. Everything stopped. Why was I taken? Because they came to kill you. So I sent you away. You abandoned me. I saved you. You built power and became visible again. You can walk away or take your place. There was no going back. I'm not here to be controlled. I'm here to take control. For the first time, he smiled. I went back home, not for revenge, but with truth. I hated you, I told my brother. I know. But I understand now. You tried to save me, and you failed. And I survived. But don't ever lie to me again. I lost my past, I faced my truth, and I found something more dangerous than revenge. Power. Sometimes the people who break you are the reason you become unbreakable.